Hello! Welcome to my review of episode 4 of the second season of Wednesday. After me complaining about how episode 3 felt a bit padded, this one had so much plot development, it's hard to keep track. I'll try to unravel all the plot lines and spot the Easter eggs, and at the end I'll give my prediction about the big bad of the season. Alright, let's get the easy storylines out of the way. Fester's hotel shenanigans led to the capture of Bianca's mom, and she was taken to the police station, from which Bianca, despite interference from Dort, and with some help from Ajax, managed to get her out. Her mom is now at Nevermore Academy, making a Gideon visit all the more likely. Then let's talk about Laurel Gates and Tyler. To begin with, Laurel Gates dropped some truth bombs to the good Dr. Fairburn about the psychiatric facility and how they did experiments to patients, priming us for the big reveal. But let's face it, has there ever been a fictional psychiatric facility with no experiments at the basement? Fairburn takes her to meet Tyler, and he has a bit of an overreaction to her. As the episode progresses, Laurel meets two Adamses in the Willow Hill hallways, both really cool encounters, and manages to release Tyler in the final mayhem, only to be eviscerated by him as he turned into a hide. Well deserved, I think. Is she dead now? She must be, right? Tyler then turns his attentions to Wednesday, and we get a staring contest between them, before Wednesday is seen hurling outside the window, and Tyler jumping away to freedom. I note here that we don't actually see him throwing her out of the window. I want to believe that he didn't, and that their relationship is a little bit more complicated. I don't think there's a question that Wednesday won't survive the fall, but let's pretend to worry about it for a month. In other news, Fester gets his time to shine before his big spin-off, infiltrating the psychiatric facility and doing some groundwork to help Wednesday locate the imprisoned outcasts. He thoroughly enjoyed himself in the process and made a friend. Okay, let's look at the Birds storyline, the one that had promised to be the big one for the season, but actually seems resolved by a mid-season finale. Wednesday discovered with her grandmother that there were no human remains in the ashes in the cemetery that had the urns of the allegedly dead outcasts from her investigation. She then found out that the name of the person that signed their death certificates was Augustus Stonehurst, a former Nevermore professor and Willow Hill doctor. He and his daughter were trying to give themselves outcast abilities by imprisoning outcasts and experimenting on them. Lois is not a person, it's an acronym. He succeeded in making his daughter the avian that has been murdering PIs and harassing Wednesday. Yes, the daughter was the apparent assistant of Dr. Fairburn, who actually worked for her rather than the other way around. Fester zaps her with his electricity and manages to short-circuit the whole facility, releasing the imprisoned outcasts in the basement and everyone else as well. The outcasts all attack Stonehurst except one. This patient is traumatized but not disfigured, and Wednesday gets her out, promising to help her. And I will eat my keyboard if that is not Ophelia Frump. Let's not forget about the zombie, who is, after all, linked to the main storyline. The old boy is looking better by the minute. He eats several people in the hallways of Willow Hill before he brains Dr. Fairburn, but the person he really wanted, rather than needed to eat, was Dr. Augustus Stonehurst. There must be a past between them, all leading back to that explosion in Iago Tower from years ago. Was he the doctor's victim? Was he an experiment of the doctor, a student he manipulated? Can some young detective put two and two together and look into it? And can we please find his name and stop calling him Slurp? And back to the Frump family drama. Grandmama Hester drops by, eliciting a rare smile from Wednesday. She's mostly a plot facilitator, providing further evidence to Wednesday's investigation. But we get some insights into the family dynamics too. She clashes with Morticia over parenting styles and lifestyle choices, and blackmails her to give Wednesday her book back, which in a fit, Morticia throws in the fireplace. I bet she'll save it though. That book is not getting burnt. Anyway, Morticia has been fighting with her mother, among other things, over her treatment of Ophelia, who Grandmama put in Willow Hill after a psychic incident with black tears. Hester is also trying to pull Wednesday away from her mother by getting her to join the family business. She's a piece of work. My big bad prediction definitely involves her. This was a very entertaining hour. I loved the imagery at Willow Hill, and I really like the relationships between the Frump Adams women. Before I make a fool of myself with my prediction, here are some random tangents on the episode. Everyone calls Ajax dumb, including me, and he knows. But I think actually he's not that dumb, just a very sweet boy. I like that he uses his snakes more this season. This episode had both the best and the worst joke they've ever made on the show. The best one was when Wednesday matter-of-factly takes her grandmother's business card that conveys a friends and family discount for mortuary services. Imagine handing this to Enid. The worst joke was Louise, the lunch lady at Willow Hill. It was funny because Fester finds her attractive, even though she has bad teeth and is ugly. Get it? Ha ha. I now genuinely think that Slurp was actually trying to say bra, or at least brother, and not brains to Pugsley and Eugene. There's a real boy somewhere in there. Grandmama's servant is called Varicose. Enid and Agnes keep vying for Wednesday's attention, even though she keeps putting them in mortal peril. Isadora Capri is more important than we have seen so far. Yes, she is used as a red herring for the avian chased by Wednesday, and seems clueless in general. But she does appear to be in the right place at the right time. Driving to the asylum to deliver music lessons. She definitely knew that Wednesday was in the trunk, yes? We get another wonderful music cue though through her when she plays Zombie by the Cranberries on the piano. I mean, the original version of the song has been playing in my head since we first saw the zombie. Who was Barry Dord talking to on the phone? Was it one of the Nevermore board directors? Or was it the Big Bad? Alright, time for my prediction. I think the big bad of the season will be Ophelia Frump. There, I said it. I want to finish this video for anyone watching just to get a review. Thanks to all three of you, by the way. So I'll make another video laying out my case in more detail, but for the time being, I think Ophelia has laid low for 20 years, probably not in Lois, and has built her psychic abilities enough to mastermind her revenge. I think she has a grudge against Grandmama, and can probably influence her favorite granddaughter's visions too. Is that too far-fetched? Probably, but there, I said it. If you're interested, keep an eye out for my next video in which I will speculate wildly. For now, please consider liking or subscribing if you enjoyed this. As always, thanks for watching.